things need to happen, things need to be done, so she's taking care of business basically. So we didn't want to leave you guys hanging, so I was like, let me just jump on, I'll do a solo show. This is how the show started out, just me. And so yeah, let's hop into it. So I am recording, today is Sunday, April 21st. So at this time, Kayshana and I have both had birthdays. Mine was April 18th. Kayshana's is 5 days before mine. So we had a whole discussion about this because I thought it was 4 days. I believe it's 5 days. So it's hers was April 13th. So we are 1 year older. And people keep telling me for sure that I don't look the age that I am, which is cool. I mean, that's always nice to hear. But I don't think there's anything wrong with getting older. But if I look good, I look good, and I sure enough appreciate that. So anyway, I'm recording this, like I said, on Sunday morning, April 21st. It is currently 7:38 a.m. Now, I started this at 6 o'clock this morning. But I was like, I had a bunch of stuff in my mind. I knew what I wanted to talk about today, but I needed to lay it all out and everything. So it took that long to like get all my notes together. Also lighting, also like hooking up instruments and things like that, which it just takes me forever to get things going. And I think that's just life. I think it's just life. Anyway, so my goal was actually to be done recording by now, by the time everyone wakes up, because this is my mommy time, like 3 a.m. to 6 on Monday through Friday, 3 a.m. to about 7 on the weekends, because everybody's asleep. So this is the only time that I am by myself. This is the only time nobody is asking me for milk or cereal or to bring them something or talking to me about the game or how they messing up bets and the sports is messing up bets and all this type of stuff. It's just, this is the only time. And now that, well, even when Ragnar was still here, like, I would just take him outside, let him do his business, and then he'd come up in the office with me and he lay on his bed that's still up under my desk, and just chill. But the only time I have to myself to do the things that I want to do, whether it is cleaning or handling some sort of task or paying some bill or recording or whatever it is, or even if it's just me laying in the bed still asleep, like 3 to 6 and 3 to 7 is my time. But it took me a little while to get things going, which is fine. Support and woke her tail up. I don't know if y'all can hear, but Bluey is playing in the background, so I don't understand why she's awake, because her daddy is in the bed. And normally, like, when there is a body Yes. Okay, bring it here. Okay, bring it here. So, yeah, anyway, that's fine. Y'all are used to hearing support in the background. It ain't gonna be no different today. But I really don't understand why she's awake, because there's a warm body in the bed. And normally when there's a warm body in the bed, she stays asleep for a long time. Anyway, let's keep it moving. So a Daydreamers podcast is a reminder to do what makes you happy. And so, what have you done to make yourself happy? It does not have to be anything big. It can be small. It can be big if it is big. But yeah, what have you done to make yourself happy? Okay, you need to at least do something at least once a week that makes yourself happy. A couple of the things that I did, and I keep looking off for the ones that are watching on Patreon, because we are on Patreon now, and we used to post the video. Okay, go get the box for me. It's on the counter. Bring me your cup. You can bring me your cup. Bring me your cup. Okay, and bring me the box. So I was posting the videos on YouTube, but now we have moved videos to Patreon. So if you go on Patreon and subscribe, like $5-10, I think, you get access to the video. So if you're just really into the visuals, thank you so much, baby. I'm gonna get you some more cereal. Anyway, so all that to say, so if you're watching, I keep looking to my left, your right, because my notes are over here. There you go, babe. Here's your cereal. I know, I spilled some cereal. I know. And it sucks because normally when I spill kits, somebody is there to clean it up and that person's not there. So that means I'm gonna have to sweep. Anyway, put the cereal over here. All right. Okay. So, what I've done to make myself happy. So, lately I've been painting. And you know, I've talked about like my creative mediums before, and it's talking, radio, podcasting, that type thing. I am into photojournalism, not as big as I used to and things like that, but like that's a thing for me. That's like my first love too. You know, crafting with the pom-poms and stuff that you see behind me, all the yarn and my girls back there, like making that, like that's kind of my area where I feel comfortable in. Recently, I've allowed myself to start writing. And I've been painting for a while, definitely since 2020, because I paint flower pots. But I have major imposter syndrome with that. And like I've had some pots in my house prepped for at least 2 years to paint. Like they have a base coat on and everything. I have some like just stacked up. Like I have several things. I got in my head one day like 2 years ago, and I was like, no, I can't do it. The imposter syndrome is there so bad, and it's crazy because if somebody were to say something to me about starting a podcast, I would be, and they have imposter syndrome, I would be the main one. Like, why? Why do you have imposter syndrome? You get out there and do it. Like, yours does not need to be like anybody else's. It will never be the same. Y'all could be talking about the same stuff, but it will not be the same. Like you got it. You can do it. Like, I'm reassuring you. I'm giving you all the encouragement, all that stuff. But when it comes to me and my imposter syndrome, yeah, those words don't work. My words do not work on me. Okay. So, but the other thing is, like, I have amazing friends that are amazing visual artists. I have a Donson Coney painting. I'm gonna lean to you can see it in the background a little bit. Like, I have a Donson Coney painting in my house. I have some Frank Kelly abstract pieces in my house. My friend and co-host is Kayshana Hall, who's an amazing artist, visual artist, as well as she has other mediums that she works in, but like she's had work in museums. I'm friends with Vita Shell, who is an amazing visual artist, who is also an instructor, and he teaches, and he is recognized all across the United States. I know Rodriguez Davis, who is the director of VAPA, that's the Visual Arts and Performing Arts at Grambling State University, who is also a mixed media artist, visual artist, and work has been in all kind of museums and galleries. Everybody at Black Creative Circle of North Louisiana, our nonprofit group, like there are some amazing visual artists over there. And I'm just like, I can't do none of that. I can't do that. My stuff don't look like that. And I'm like, I know it's not supposed to. But anyway, all that to say, I've been doing a lot of painting lately. I do it with Zipporah. She really likes to paint. And like, I'm not saying this because that's my daughter, but like, I really like her choices of color. And I'm just praying, Jesus, let's pray for a moment, Lord. Let this be an indication of her artistic talent that can take her places and can touch others. Okay, like, I'm not saying this because that's my child and everybody thinks their child is amazing and perfect, because she is, but at the same time, like, her color combos totally rock. Okay, please let that be an indication, and she'll be just as fabulous as like Kayshana and all my other friends that are amazing visual artists, and all the other creatives I see out there that are like doing the thing and making amazing artwork that reaches people and touches people. Amen. So yeah, like, I totally love her color combos and whatnot. But anyway, she likes to paint, so I'm always like, yeah, girl, let's paint. So I just paint with her. Right now her stuff is very abstract, you know. But anyway, so like I said, I've been painting lately, and it's helping me get through my imposter syndrome. And the other reason why I feel like I have imposter syndrome is because I know what I want, and so it's like I am a beginner, and I want my stuff to come out like, and I'm just going to use Kayshana as an example. I want my stuff to come out like Kayshana's, even though I just started painting like 4 years ago, off and on, in my backyard and in my office. So that's another thing. It's just like I want to draw whatever or paint whatever, and I want it to look exactly like a seasoned, professional, experienced veteran. And it's like, girl, that takes time. But anyway, I'm pretty happy with the things that I've done. I came across in my search of just like looking at artwork, appreciating things, because I have some things that I focus on. I focus on eyes and lips. I love a big, beautiful eye. I love a big, beautiful lip. I like bold colors. I like bold everything. So I came across just looking at different things on Pinterest for sure, saving things, just getting inspiration, just that's the things that we do on Pinterest basically. And I came across a style that I believe is called abstract portraits. And I came across one particular artist, and I love it. I like when I saw it, I was like, this is my area. Because everything I just said has to do with like abstract portraits, I believe. In this particular artist's work, like it's something that I would want in my house. It's something that I would want to create. And so I was just like, I feel like this is my space right now. Like, because for so long, like I'm looking at things that I like, and I'm like, well, what would I do? I want to paint, but what do I paint? Like, what can I do? Or like, what, just what? And then like I saw something that I like, and I was like, that's it. I'm drawn to it. So that's where I'm at. So I really been looking at like abstract portraits. I've been watching a lot of abstract portrait creatives like on TikTok and stuff like that, just seeing how they work. You know, it's always cool to see people in the lab or whatever. And I've been doing my own little experimentations with it and stuff. I've only shown like maybe 2 people outside of Zipporah what I've painted. I told my cousin Candy yesterday actually about what I was doing, because she was just like, I really wish you would just go ahead and paint a pot. And I'm like, girl, I got the imposter syndrome, and we was talking about all that stuff. And so I showed her 2 things that I painted, and she was like, please put that on a pot. Please put that on candle holders and send that to me. So, and I told her, I was like, girl, I got all this stuff. I said, look at all these pots that I have in my house prepped and ready to go. But I'm just in my head. But anyway, I'm doing that. And I'm loving it, and I feel at peace with it. Sometimes, like I was talking about my mommy time earlier, sometimes my mommy time is like late in the evening after everyone's gone to bed. Now, we go to bed around about anywhere between 8 and 11 in our house, because we be tired, okay? And we get up early. So if I'm getting up at 3, best believe I'm in the bed at 8 o'clock. So sometimes I'll just be up to like after everybody's gone to bed, or at least in the bed, like I'm up just like piddling around. And the past couple of times I've been up. Zipporah? Are you okay? Okay. Are you in the kitchen? Okay, so what was I saying? I don't even know what I was saying anymore. Okay, let's just move on to the next. So something else that I've done to make myself happy. So I told you guys that I made a total career change to work in the dental industry, and I love it because it's something that I wanted to do from jump. And so now I'm doing it. I'm a dental assistant. I love it. Still trying to get used to that pay, but it's gonna come, Jesus. But yeah, I'm still loving it. So like May will make my 90 days. Will make my official 3 months of being in the industry. And like last month, a couple of people that work in the dental office, one of the hygienists was like, okay, Erin, like, she was like, so tell me, like, for real, like, do you like it? And I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, I like it. And I was like, why? Like, did somebody say something? Like, what's the deal? And she was just like, no, I'm just, because at that point, she was like, you've been here for like 2 months, right? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, well, at this point, like, you either know if you like it or if you don't. Like, it either it is or it isn't, which one? And I was like, oh, no. Like, I like it. Like, I knew what I was getting. Well, I knew I would like it. I'm not going to say I fully knew what I was getting into. But like I said, I took these classes in high school and I really enjoyed it. And I had intentions of coming to ULM to get in the dental hygiene program. ULM, University of Louisiana, Monroe. But I had intentions of getting into the dental hygiene program based on the fact that I liked dental assisting so much in high school. But like I said, things changed. Ended up doing mass communications, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, oh, yeah, girl, I already know. Like, I like it. And a couple of people had asked me that, that work there because they know, like, and it's gross. If you think about it, you're in people's mouths and it is gross, but it's also interesting. Like, I will be in a mouth and I'll be like, oh my God, like, let me extract a tooth with a crazy cavity where like half the tooth is gone. It's a big hole in it. I'm literally like, oh, in my head, of course, the patient does not know this, but I'll be like, oh my God, look at this tooth. And I just be all up on it like, oh God, that is so cool. Oh my God. And then I'll be like, hey, do you want to see it? And some people are like, oh yeah, let me see. And other people are just like, no, get that thing away from me. I know it's disgusting. I know it's horrible. And I'm just like, but it's amazing though. You sure you don't want to see this? And they're like, I'm positive. But anyway, Friday, I got the chance to work in one of our sister offices. It was the pediatrics office. And that was an experience. It was not bad. Because at the office I'm at now isn't a pediatrics office, although we see children. It's still general dentistry, but it's not like the pediatric office, but kids be in there. So like I've worked with kids as young as 4. Now the youngest child I've had was like 20 months. The baby had a toothache. But yeah, like 16 or 20 months. So, but of course over there, like I mainly saw, like I had a 3-year-old, 4-year-old, up to like middle school. One of my former students, like I used to do some long-term subbing years ago, and I'm sitting here, got this kid in my chair, and I'm getting them prepped and ready, and I was like, I know you. And that my patient did not remember me, of course, because this was like, I think it was a 3rd grade class. Like I know I was definitely married at the time, so it could have been like 2017. So like, of course that kid don't remember me, but I remember that kid. And it was good to see my patient. But anyway, I think my patient is in junior high right now. So anyway, like that was the age span that I was working with, and so it was good. It was chill. I didn't have an issue with that. I was not prepared for the ongoing WWE SmackDown wrestling that was going on, because I mean it's kids and it's dentistry, and 1 minute they're cool, the next minute they don't want to do it, or it's just so many things, but it got to get done. Like you need the silver cap, you need to get this filling done, you need to get this tooth, like, so it was some WWE going on, but I was cool with that. You know, I just didn't know I was going to do so much of it, but it's cool. It wasn't no issue. I mean, it was cool. It didn't scare me away. And I could totally deal with it. Also, I have a toddler, and I was a daycare teacher. Like, kids screaming and fighting and not wanting to do something and cooperate is nothing new to me. I will say this though, this didn't happen when I was at the pediatric office, but just something I've been experiencing at my regular dental office. Like, I don't have a problem with children being upset and crying, or being scared, or all that type of stuff at the dental office. What I cannot, or in general, what I cannot deal with is whining. Cannot. I don't like whining with my own child. I did not like it when I was teaching big kids in school. I did not like it when I was a lead teacher for toddlers, when I was a lead teacher for 12-month-olds to 20-month-olds. My babies could be like laid out whining about something, and I'd be like, okay, wrap it up. And this is like a 15-month-old kid. Wrap it up. All right, you got your binky, you've had some water, and you had a snack. Cut it out. And that's how I'll be talking to them kids, and they still love me, and I still love them. But I can't. Miss Erin can't do whining. I can't do whining, and I can't do dramatics at all. I stopped an appointment the other day because I was just like, I'm not dealing with this. I'm not about to fight with this child. There's nothing wrong with this child. This child is old enough to sit still. This child, like, I'm not doing that. I'm not about to be in here fighting with this kid that just wants to be difficult, just wants to be dramatic and whining for no reason. Like, girl, like, dude, like, you're doing the absolute most when all I have is like a Q-tip in my hand. I have a Q-tip, and you want to run this. You know what? I'm finna take you back to your mama. I'm not doing this, and I didn't, and I don't feel bad. And I did not get in trouble for it, because the thing is, it's not that I just don't like that, and it's a pet peeve of mine for you just to be over here like lying and being dramatic and just whining all the time and want to be babied. I'm only gonna baby you to an extent. After that, I'm not doing it no more. But at some point, like, all of that this particular patient was doing was dangerous. You get the moving and jerking and all this type of stuff. No, because see, now it's a matter of danger. You're putting everybody in danger, me, the dentist, and yourself. We got a lot of sharp stuff going on that I'm not dealing with this. You just over here be acting, and you make over there with your mama, acting like we did something to you. Your lip hurt because we numbed you. No, we didn't. We didn't even get to the numbing. So you're lying. I'm not dealing with that. I'm not. And I shut that all the way down. On to the next. Okay. But all that to say, I still totally love what I do. I am happy. Very, very happy with the choice I made. Okay, let's see here. So, head in the clouds. What's got my head in the clouds this week? So social media. Like I said before, that I gave up Facebook and Instagram for Lent. And Easter has come and gone, and I'm still not, and like I don't miss it. Like, I don't miss Instagram and Facebook. I'll go in there and check it out for like a second, and then I'll get off if I even get on there. I'm mainly at this point like posting memories of Ragnar. I'll post Zipporah because it's Zipporah. I'll post like podcast things. What else? I got it written down right here. Like my crafty stuff. Like, I'll do that. And like my Ashley Clements writings. Like, I have a Facebook page for that, but I haven't posted anything to it yet. But like, mainly like for stuff like that. I'll go in there, and if I posted something that I know may get a reaction or whatever, like, I'll go in and I may check a comment or whatever just to see. But I ain't really on it like that. Like, I still kind of stick to Twitter and TikTok and Snap, and is that it? Pinterest. But see, I use those differently, because like even on TikTok, like I'm not just on there like looking at a whole bunch of stuff. Like, I'll go on there and like I post podcast stuff. I post Zipporah and Ragnar. I post my crafty stuff still. Now, if I'm looking for something in particular, like I was looking at abstract portraits, like I'm looking at that and then I'm dipping off. I'm typing up, I need some workout motivation. I need to see some mamas that aren't working out in the gym. They're just getting out in their their neighborhood and walking around. Hey baby, how you doing? You good? You got your milk? Okay. Did you pee? You need to go potty. Finish. Set your milk down. Go use the potty. Okay. I don't want you to have an accident. Okay? All right. Go pee pee and come back. But yeah, like I'm on there. I'm just like, let me just see other women walking, getting miles, and let me see other women running. Although I ain't running, but let me see, like, so I'm on there for reasons like that. I wasn't using those platforms, and even on like Snapchat, like I'm posting me. I may watch like a couple of people's stuff and then I hop off, but like I'm posting me. I'm posting Sephora. Like I just use it differently. I will say this though, like for Instagram, when I do get on there, I go through and I delete. So like it's not gonna be like one day I'm just gonna sit down and like curate everything, but like as I get on, like and something pops up, like if I'm like, this ain't really just speaking to me, like I'm just gonna unfollow it. Or if it's an ad or something, or I'm just gonna remove the ad, or I don't want to see ads like this or whatever. I just kind of want my Instagram feed, like, and Facebook is really more so like family and stuff, but I want my Instagram feed to be positive, motivating, inspiring. I say entertaining, but not like shade room entertaining. Community kind of like just stuff like that. So anything that's just not really speaking to what I'm focusing on right now, or what I'm focusing on, or just like what I'm trying to mirror myself after, or whatever, I'm just not doing it. So I've been slowly just like, who is this? What is this? I'm not following you no more, or that type thing. Let's see here. What else have I been doing? Oh no, head in the clouds. What else got my head in the clouds? You done? You pee-pee? Good job. Okay, go get under the blanket. It's cool this morning. I'm gonna make pancakes when I get done recording, okay? Okay? Not worried. Okay. Okay, so what else has my head in the clouds? So, okay. I realized my house cleaning music, okay, like, we always talk about like house cleaning music being like Chaka Khan. Well, mine is, but Chaka Khan, Anita Baker, that type thing. Mine, I discovered, is Britney Spears. Yeah, like 2000 pop, rap, R&B, like that's what I'm playing to clean my house in the morning. Like I literally start. Zipporah, what are you doing? Put the milk up and come out the refrigerator. You had cereal and milk. Sit down. Come. I just want to egg. What? I want cereal and my milk. Okay. Okay, so yeah, like 2000, early 2000, pop, rap, R&B, that type of thing. So like I pretty much start off my Saturday cleaning with oh baby, baby. Yeah, that Britney Spears, like throwing it all the way back to middle. Yes. To middle school, basically. And so I've introduced Zipporah to Britney Spears, and we've had so much fun dancing to her. She likes it. Let me see what else. Christina Aguilera, Very Genie in a Bottle. 3LW, I love me. I'm getting a little tired of your broken promises. Like, it's like one of my favorite songs. Early Usher, like You Make Me Wanna, and My Way. Yes. Some Destiny Child, like The Writings on the Wall, that Destiny Child. Early Brandy. Yeah, so that's what goes down. A little Cash Money. She's been introduced to Cash Money. So yeah, that's my house cleaning music, and like I just find it funny because like you always hear people talking about like Anita Baker, as the house cleaning music that they heard growing up or whatever. And I can't remember what my mama used to play, but yeah, I was very. It just was funny to me when I realized like I'm blasting Britney Spears to mop the floor, to pick up, to have Zipporah do her chores or whatever, do her laundry and whatnot. Like it's just kind of funny to me. What's your house cleaning music? Text me, tweet me, whatever. Let me know what your house cleaning music is. one other thing that has my head in the clouds is the library. So like yesterday, Zipporah and I had a lovely couple of hours at the library, the Ouachita Parish Library. That's kind of like a Saturday thing for us. I'm gonna start making that like a every Saturday thing more than likely. But she likes going to the library. I like taking her to the library. They have, of course, they have like the children's area, and they got like, of course, all the books, duh. But like they have like toys and they have puzzles and stuff like that out, so like she can play too. So like yesterday it was raining really bad, and we went there and she got to hang out for a little while. She did make some friends. I do like the fact that like she makes friends easily, or it's really, she's not too shy to go play with other kids, which is cool. Only thing though, like these kids were a little bit older, and they were nice to her and they played with her, but that just makes me nervous because my baby is 3 and these kids were like a little older than her. One was a little older, one was much, but anyway, but they were nice, you know. I'll talk to them because I make a friend too, but you play with my baby, you finna know me too. I did have to get on to all of them, all of the kids. There was 2, they were brother and sister. So it was Zipporah and the brother and sister. I got on to all of them because they was getting a little loud. They was running and stuff. You can have fun, but you need to be quiet. And I'm like, are y'all done playing with these blocks? Okay, but y'all need to come pick it up. Everybody, come on over here and pick it all up. We're not making a mess. I was that person. They was there with their grandpa, I'm sure. I think that's who it was. I was doing all that right there in front of him. You know, I don't care, but yeah. But we had a good little afternoon. She checked out like maybe 6 books. We'll go through them throughout the week. I'm really working on my library fees because I will forget to return a book in a hot minute. And so like instead of just waiting till like the due date, like on the next weekend is when I'm dropping off our books again, because I forget, like the last library fee I had was like $3, which is not a lot of money, but in library fee it is a lot of money because like what is it, like a quarter a day or something, or something like that. So anyway, I let go of all of my my audiobook subscriptions, so like Audible and Anyplay. I let those subscriptions expire because I'm trying not to spend a lot of money, and I'm still able to access a lot of books. I just have to be smart about it. The library has Hoopla and Cloud Library. So all you have to do is just like search for your library and put in your library card, and then you can just like, you know, stream and listen to audiobooks or movies or whatever, magazines, whatever. The thing is though, you only get like 7 borrows a month, and I roll through them things because I'm always plugged into an audiobook. I'm always listening to something, so like I can easily finish a book in like a day or 2, depending on like if it's the weekend or whatever. But like I'm always plugged in, so I found a way to get around that. I use the Zipporah's library card. So like once I run on both platforms, so like once I run through 7 on my card on both platforms or whatever, I switch to hers. So I'm really getting like 14 on Hoopla and 14 on Cloud Library. And then you know what? Like Nicholas came with us to get his library card when I first got Zipporah's years ago. I'm gonna find his. I'm gonna add his to my thing, and I'm gonna switch it because I know he ain't checking out no books. But either way, I'm gonna use his card and rent audiobooks off his card. Okay, so that's how I'm getting around that. But I still miss my Audible and I still miss Anyplay because, I mean, like not everything is gonna be on Hoopla and Cloud Library, and even Canopy. Like we have Canopy at our library as well. I just downloaded that this morning, so it's a free streaming too for like, you know, library books and movies and stuff like that. So I'm gonna check that out today. But yeah, I still miss Audible and Anyplay because like of course everything is on Audible. Like that's like the biggest platform, right? But it costs money. And then I have like 5 credits with that, and I'm saving those 5 credits with Audible for one for when Alexandria House drops her newest book, Holding. Like she's already dropped it, but it hasn't made it to Audible yet. Like it's hardbacks and stuff like that, and it's hardbacks and And then also like there's audio on her website. I have to pay for that. So I'm just trying to wait for the audio to get to you need some more milk? So like, yeah, I have 5 credits on Audible. So even though I canceled my subscription, I still have my credits. And I plan on using those for like major things, okay? And I do miss Anyplay because like that was just like unlimited streaming. Yeah, I think I paid like $10 or $11 a month for it. And it was a lot of stuff on there. I didn't have to check anything out like I do with the library stuff. So I love Anyplay. I'm really anxious. I'm really ready to get back to the point where I can chunk $15-$16 at Audible and another like 10 11 12 at Anyplay or whatever. But you know, I'm making do with what I got because priorities and wants and needs and all that stuff. So like let me tell y'all this. So like I'm always, like I said, I'm always plugged in to a book, right? And so every now and then, like I may say something to Larry and he may think it's just ridiculous. Like yeah, he may just think it's just ridiculous. And he's like, so he was like, you must be getting ideas from them books you be reading or whatever. Because like I'll read like, you know, like romance and stuff like that. And in those books, like, you know, somebody might be getting cheated on, or somebody's getting hurt, or someone's being lied to. So whenever I say something that he feels like is crazy along those lines, he's like, oh, you must be getting ideas from the books. And I'm like, look, let me tell you something. I'm not getting influenced or any ideas from the books I listen to, because like, and he's like, well, you're not. And I'm like, well, sir, are you dead? Are you dead, sir? And he's like, no. I'm like, okay, are you buried in the backyard? Am I plotting with someone to get you taken out? Am I trying to make it seem like you're crazy and off your rocker? No? Okay. Well, then I'm not getting any type of influence or ideas from the books I read, because like I read a whole lot of murder mystery books. So the fact that you're still living and breathing, it's a good thing. Okay? But yeah, like I've really been into the murder mystery books. And let me just tell you something, these white people are crazy. Because I have not read a murder mystery written by a black person yet, or that has black characters in it. They're all white authors, and I'm not upset about that. I'm just saying the reason why I say these white people are crazy, because these white people are crazy. Like, the stuff that they be doing in these books, and these are all fiction. It's not based on anyone or anything in particular. But it's all fiction, but they still crazy. Like this one book. Okay, let me see. I wrote it down. Okay, so like, I just finished reading The Teacher by Frida McFadden. Bitch, that book, like up until the very last word, the last punctuation mark, okay? Like I just wish somebody would read it so we could talk about it, because like it was so good. It was like surprise after surprise after surprise, and then the end comes, and that's when everything gets revealed. But even once everything gets revealed, something else gets revealed, and then something else gets revealed, and then something else. And I was just like, oh my god. Like I sent the book to my Aunt Sweetie because she's a total bookworm, and she said she has it on her reading list, and then she also suggested it to her murder mystery book club she's in a whole bunch of book clubs. This one book called The Silent Patient, that book, it's by, I'm gonna mess this name up, Alex Michaelides. It's Michaelides, so Michaelides. Anyway, that book, it didn't, like, the reveal came, you know, like the big, like all the stuff kind of came to one, and then like at the end, it wasn't a big reveal, but it was like an ending, and even that ending was just like, oh. But that shit was really, really good. The murder mystery authors that I'm currently into right now, and I'm gonna mess up these names, Frida McFadden, dope. I really like her writing. The first book of hers I read, was it The Couch? I think it was The Couch. Had to do with a therapist. It was so good. Oh, It was so good. Lucy Foley is Foley. I really like her books. I think she only has 3. I think I read all 3 of those, but I think there might be some more. Shari LaPena, it's Shari. Last name LaPena, LaPena. Her books are really dope. Like I said, Alex Michaelides. That's a really good book. R.L. Graham, I came across this book randomly. I think it was like a suggested, recommended book. And I was like, well, I don't know what made me be like, let me just read it. I think I was done with some series and I was looking for something new. And I was like, well, let me just try something that they're suggesting. Whether it was on Hoopla or Cloud Library, I can't remember. Anyway, that was really good. It's a period piece. And I want to say it's like maybe around World War One time, or maybe before then. I don't know. When did the Titanic go down? Around about that time when people like actually travel by boat from one country to another. So around about that time. But it's so it's that time period, and it's some stuff that happens like on this big boat. I say Titanic like boat. It's one of them big ass boats or whatever. But anyway, like I don't think the guy's a detective. But anyway, it was like the first book in a series, but none of the other books have came out yet. So like I'm just like itching and ready for another R.L. Graham book. It was really good. And then this last one, I'm gonna jack this name up. Heather Gudenkauf. Heather spelled like how you would spell Heather, and the last name is Gudenkauf. I can't say that, and I'm just gonna apologize for that. But yeah, those are the murder mystery authors that I'm into right now. Check out any of their books. I'm on Goodreads. So if you go on Goodreads.com and like you sign up, like you can find me under Erin Davenport, and like we can follow each other, and like every book that I've read, like, you know, I have it on there, you rate it. And that's one reason, that's one way how I discover some books, is because you can see like what other people, what your other friends are reading and stuff. So yeah, all the stuff I'm reading is on there. So check it out. Definitely add me. I'll follow back. So I switch up my book rotations. So like I'll read in no particular order, but I'll read a murder mystery, and then I'll go to like a romance / smut or a smut book. And then I'll go to biography, and rotate it around like that. So like, and it's not like I do one of each. I may do like 2-3 smut romance books, or you know, or murder mystery books, and then I'm like, well, let me switch it up, because I've had so much of this, I'm ready for a change, so I'll switch it up or whatever. But I've recently added in spiritual books, or spiritual, and I'm open to what is it, like bettering yourself, self-help books, stuff like that. I just haven't came across one that I just really wanted to read. But I'm adding in this book. I'm adding in a spiritual rotation when I come across one. It's not like I'm like set out to find one, but if I find one that I like, and I like the author and the genre, then I'm a you know, seek out that type and add it to my rotation and everything. I think it's good, you know, to always be able to self-reflect and improve yourself or whatever. But yeah, but that's my rotation. So my rotation is murder mystery, romance and smut, biographies, and then I'm adding spiritual books to the rotation. So like the spiritual book I just got done reading is by Stormy Omartian. I don't know. I'm probably messing up that last name. It's spelled Omartian, and it was The Power of a Praying Wife. And I don't know where I saw this book. I don't know where I saw it. Like if it was on a podcast, or I saw it like on as a suggested book, possibly. I doubt. I must have heard about it somewhere, listening to a podcast or something, because I don't really seek out spiritual guidance books. because usually when I read, it's for straight up entertainment. It's for me to get lost. So yeah, but anyway, I came across it and I was just like, let me check this book out because I need to work on. I'm working on myself. And I really like that book. I would encourage anyone to read it. I told my girlfriend Sharice about it, and she says she got it as that book as a gift when she first got married years ago. And then there's also like there's one for various topics. So there's the power of a praying parent, the power of a praying husband, the power of a praying X, Y, and Z. So there's various topics, and I plan on reading all of them. Even the one that's the power of a praying husband, because I just want to know. I'm not being nosy to be manipulative or anything like that. It's literally to know and to learn and to be better. But the power of a praying wife is just giving the woman instructions on how to pray for her husband, areas they need to pray in. Well, not need to pray in, but like it's broken down like by chapters. So it's like, you know, his attitude, his sexuality is in like sex drive and things like that. His ambition, his job, like all these various areas in a man's life and things like that. And like what your purpose is, backed up with scripture, well, like your purpose is, and how you can help your husband and things like that. And like, I am happy I came across that book because I'm the type of person where I need you to tell me step by step, because let me tell you, I be lost. Okay. Like I have been involved with my husband. I've been involved with him. It'll be 20 years. Wow. In December that we've been involved and we've been in a committed, no, wait a minute. Yeah. And we've been in a committed relationship for, what did I say? 17 years. We would be in a committed relationship. So like I know him, but like as far as like my job and role and duties or whatever, like sometimes I just be clueless. Like I don't know. And then like I know how he operates and how he thinks, but I don't know sometimes how to help him, how to ease his mind, what I need to do for myself to be his help, you know, just stuff like that. Like I don't know. And so the book, like the Arthur talks about herself and her husband. Her husband even wrote something in the beginning of the book and everything. But she talks about like her experiences and things that she that she went through like early in her relationship and things like that, like with her husband and stuff, and how she used to pray. She used to pray like basically kind of like, Lord, will you change him because he this and this. But sometimes that prayer came through with her being changed, or praying about something and it not happening tomorrow, happening in 2 years. But still, she had to pray and she had to ask for certain things. And see, sometimes, like, not even sometimes, like when I pray, like, I don't know what to pray for sometimes. I just know there's a situation, good or bad. There's a situation and I know I need to pray, but I don't know what to ask for at times. So, or how to even start it off, or like how to identify what's going on to pray for it or whatever. So in the book, like she gives some background as to the topic, information about the topic and things like that. For instance, like I'm gonna just say like the sexuality part. So she was saying like, you know, if your husband is like if he wants to have sex and you're in a space where you're not into it, for whatever reason, what he possibly is thinking, what you got going on, here's a way to handle that. Here's something that happened in my marriage. Like, so it's all that type of stuff. But then also like she gives scriptures to back up. And also like she actually has a prayer in there for each thing. So even if like I said, like if you don't want to have sex, but he is, but he wants to, or it switches to where he doesn't want to and you're ready, and, what could be the cause of that and stuff. But then, like I said, there's like a prayer in there. And so, like, when I was reading this book, listening to it, I also went and checked out the ebook too, because like I was journaling and I was praying and things like that. Like, so some of it, like, I used her prayers in the book as a guide, because I didn't know what to say about certain things, or I didn't know this is something I needed to pray for, or, I didn't know there's something that could possibly be on a man's mind, or, just stuff like that. So anyway, like, I feel like I'm doing that book justice, but like, I'm very, very grateful and thankful that it came to me, because I appreciate the book and I enjoyed it. It gave me perspective. It gave me a step-by-step guide on how to do things and why I should, and examples and stuff. Because, like, for instance, like, I didn't write down examples, but like, I'm very much like, why I gotta do that? Or I don't understand why. And for me, I need to understand. For me to do something, I need to know why I need to do it, and I need to understand it. And so I read this book. There was a lot of things in there that I understand now. And I'm like, oh, I still may not like it. I still may not want to do it. I still may not think that this is my role, X, Y, and Z. But now I have understanding of it. And it's a good reinforcer. So it's something it's a book I definitely plan on purchasing a hard copy of for sure, so I can go back and reference it, just for like every day, or like when a situation pops up and I'm like, okay, I need help getting started with this or whatever, or I need some reinforcement with this or whatever. But anyway, biographies, a couple of biographies that I read lately. I think I might have talked about this one before, like in earlier episodes, because it's been a long time. But Viola Davis, like, I read her biography sometime last year maybe, and I just love it. I just look at her totally different now. I look at her totally different, and like, her story is something serious. Like, her beginning is just like, when I tell you that woman came from the ugliest of beginnings, like the most sourest of beginnings, to end up where she is now. Like, she's so freaking beautiful. So beautiful. I loved it. Anyway, I read Jessica Simpson's book. Love that book. Really, but I'm a Jessica Simpson fan. I'm a fan, and I just like her as well. She goes into detail about a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. And it was good to read. And you think, like, you just look at people and you be like, oh, they're like perfect, or they don't have X, Y, and Z going on with themselves. No, that's not the case. I really enjoyed her book. I really enjoyed learning about her and the things that she shared, her experience and things like that. Like, I really appreciated that. Another one that I read, Britney Spears. I read Britney Spears' book, and it was good. I like Britney Spears, and then I'm also a Britney Spears fan. Her daddy ain't shit. Her dad is a piece of shit. And Kevin Federline is a piece of shit. And Justin Timberlake, I'm looking at him sideways too. What the thing I noticed about her story is that her big meltdown and breakdown that she had, that was all postpartum depression. And it's so sad that she basically got her life taken away from her and her children because she was going through postpartum depression. And like, I was reading this book, listening to it, and because I've gone through postpartum depression, it was easy for me to identify certain things. Like, she would just be talking about, like, the way she was feeling or stuff that was going on. I'm just like, oh girl, you're depressed. That's all. Not to say it's simple, but it's like, that's what it is. And has she gotten proper help? Had her husband not abandoned her? None of that would have happened. She had postpartum depression. And it's so crazy, and it's so messed up, and it's horrible that her whole life was taken away from her, and that she was controlled because of her breakdown, which was due to major stress and postpartum depression. She had 2 children back to back. She did not get a chance to heal. Her husband was an asshole. Like, first of all, I didn't know Kevin Federline even was trying to be a musical artist. Like, what? I read that and I was like, are you serious, Federline? Are you serious? Not you trying to... And then, like, not allowing her to come to the studio, not allowing Brittany to be play. Like, the only reason why you are where you are is because of her. Like, but fuck Kevin Federline and fuck Britney Spears' dad. I'm so happy she's free now. I now understand, like, why she does what she does, like, on Instagram and stuff. Because I used to be like, girl, that's why they had your ass locked up. Like, put some clothes on. You do X, Y, you know, whatever. But, like, now I get it. Now, do I still think she need to be dancing naked on Instagram? I'm not saying yes. I think it's perfectly fine now. I still don't. You know, do what you do. But now I understand why she acts the way she acts and why she is so liberated and free. And because, oh God, because her life was taken away from her. And like I said, it was all postpartum depression. That's what it was. She just needed help. Anyway, I will say this, something else about Britney Spears' book. Like, she talks about a lot. She says a lot. But I still think it was still surface. Like, I'm not going to say it was still pretty shiny. Like, Jessica Simpson's book and Viola Davis's book seemed, and even Gabrielle Union's book seemed very open, very, very open and authentic. And just, like I said, real, gritty, dirty. Britney Spears' book wasn't as dirty. And I'm not saying we deserve that. She can tell us what she wants to tell us. She can share what she wants to share. And she shared a lot. But it still seemed a little reserved. It wasn't as in-depth. Which, once again, she does not owe us anything. She didn't have to write this book, you know. But I think it definitely is some good I don't even want to say she highlights certain things. Like I said, I just don't think like she got deep within it. Although she says in the book, like, she only narrated the opener maybe, and Michelle Williams, not of Destiny's Child, the white actress, she narrated the book because she was like, it took a lot for her to write it. She had to go to a lot of emotional places and stuff to write it. So she was just like, she wasn't going to narrate it. Understandable. Totally understandable. But she did enough. She did what she was willing to do, which is great because she didn't have to tell us anything. Check out her book. It was very interesting. And like I said, it explains so much about her and why she does what she does, and the various, like, even like when she was on, what was she on, the X Factor? She was forced to do that. You couldn't even tell. She was forced to only eat like chicken and green beans for like years, you know, because her dad was saying she needed to lose weight and, you know, just stuff like that. Crazy. Anyway, good book. Is that all I had? Yeah, that's all I really got for today. Like, it wasn't much. I did want to hop on and like connect with you. And it's good to kind of go back to my roots of it just being solo and everything. And hopefully, you know, like whenever Kayshana comes down, like I said, she got a lot of stuff going on, a lot of dust in the air. Once she gets things settled, she'll come back and we'll do our thug thizzle, you know. Before I hop off, I do want to just say, like, it really sucks being in the gray area. I'm saying this to you, but I'm really saying this to myself, because I believe I'm in the gray area right now. One of the things that I pray for every day is direction, because I just don't be knowing where I'm going, what I'm doing. But you just have to trust when you're in that gray area, and keep moving. Don't stay there. Keep moving. Also, like, whenever I get scared, whenever I want to do something and I'm like, I don't think I'm qualified for it, or I don't know if I'm good enough for it, or when the imposter syndrome sets in, things like that, one of the things I tell myself to put myself out of is that Trump became the president of the United States, and it don't matter what side of the fence you sit on, he talked himself into that position. He ain't had no political experience. Now, he might have pushed the narrative with some politics and things like that, with money or whatever, but he had never been in a political seat before. So if that man could talk himself into like the most powerful position in the United States, in the world, you can apply for whatever job that is, or you can paint whatever picture, or you can do whatever. Okay, so like I said, it don't matter what side of the fence you sit on, you can't help but recognize, I ain't gonna say respect, but recognize the fact that that man talked himself into that seat. Okay. And also, the amount of people that have gingivitis and periodontal disease is alarming. I did not know that. Please floss. Please floss. Please mouthwash. Brush your teeth and your gums. Y'all, I've always been about proper and good oral health, but now that I'm fully in the business, in the industry, like, Jesus Christ, like, the amount of people with gingivitis, which is reversible, and the amount of people that have periodontal disease, which is not irreversible, is alarming. Floss, please. Mouthwash, and then brush, in that order. Okay. Go do something to make yourself happy. Have a great week, and I will see you guys later. I love you.